Boom, 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 boom. Shoot. What's good, black people? I'm live. I decided to go live because I wanted to. Look at my phone in. Trying to get some. I need a new phone. Trying to get this phone some love. Trying to get this phone right. All right, so I just wanted to see what's up with everybody out there, my fans, my peoples. See if anybody wanted to talk, chat it up with your boy. I was talking to one young lady today, and she said, if you show, one young lady said, if you show, let me wipe this off real quick. She said, if you talk like you have an IQ over 50, then people will hate on you. People will hate on you. She's basically saying that black people hate on you because of intelligence. Now, how true is that? If you are black and you show some type of intelligence, do other black people hate on you? Answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. The question is why though? Why is being educated a bad thing? I don't know. Don't nobody want to talk. Why is being educated a bad thing? This phone, man. I want to talk today. It's all right. I'll talk anyway. Bro, are you charging? Okay. Nobody want to talk. I'm gonna just jam, man. Since nobody want to talk to me, I'm gonna just jam out. Yeah. Anyways, there's nothing wrong with being intelligent. You can be intelligent. Look, you can be stupid. People are gonna hate on you. So here's a choice that you got. Be intelligent. Be as smart as you can be. And be confident. You know. Because you're gonna have everybody gonna come at your neck. When I got a degree, I had people on the internet trying to tell me that, oh, now you're into, your induction into, some secret society. Do you know what bachelor means? You know what having a bachelor's degree, and they broke down all this scare tactics and all this other stuff, but those are the ones who don't have a degree. I'm not listening to none of y'all. Heck, I want another degree. Truthfully. These people that try these scare tactics with you and tell you, all this stuff about, they just, they don't want to see you be smart. Then you got the street people. Street people are the hardest because they really try to tell you that all your effort that you put into being smart, that you don't know anything. Street people always try to call you stupid, in some kind of way. They try to, they just hate the fact that you have a degree. What up? How you doing? They hate the fact that you have a degree. And because they always think because you have a degree that you're going to try to lord it over them, that they don't. When it's not even the case. You can, Like you can simply just try to explain to them something, and they get, oh, that's what's up. Thank you, thank you. And I think I spoke to you before. Um, but they try to, but just because you're smart, see, this is something white people don't usually do to other white people. When white people get an education, and they get a degree, it's here's the thing about white people. When white people get a degree, when white people get a degree, it's for their lineage. They know that it's like chess pieces. It's to move their family forward in the in into holding some type of financial gain or getting some type of financial gain. When black people get a degree, it's different. See, when white people get it, there's no ticker tape parade. You know, there's no big. It's not a big deal because it's expected of them. But when black people do it, it's not expected of them. When I got a degree, my family didn't throw me a big party. They were just like, congratulations. You know, it's just like, okay, you got a degree. You know, my dad sent me, 50 or $60. That was it. That was it. It was no big deal. You know, you got a degree. Because there are other people in my family who, especially on my, who are married into my family through my dad married another woman. Um, they have people who are doctors, and they have their doctor's degree. Two of them have their doctor's degree, and I think two of them have master's degree. So me getting a bachelor it's not a big deal. It's just like, mm, mm. So, so what? But on my mother's side, my brother was like, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and get my degree, which he's working on now. And my sisters, they were like, yeah, congratulations, yada yada yada. But see, they don't look at me. What up, man? What's popping? See, they don't look at me having a degree as in furthering our family because we're not moving as a unit. Yeah, 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 man. That's what's up, chilling. But when white people get a degree, it's for them to move as a unit. See what I mean? So there's a big difference between when black people get a degree. That's why it's so what to black people most of the time. But to white people, it's just like, yeah, we're gonna continue, with our family getting this money. That's why it's just a big difference between black people getting a degree and white people getting a degree. Now, some black people, when they get a degree, they know that now it's possible because they really see what it is. Because it's such an accomplishment. It's just like you got a bachelor's, now that you got this bachelor, especially younger people. I'm older, so nobody cared. But, younger people who came out of high school and then went and got their degree as black people, now they're like, see, there's an expectancy behind that. But now you're known as the smart person in the family. Now that can hurt you. Believe it or not. We love your message. We need more tone too. Yeah, that's what's up. Thanks in the world, bro. We are under the curse. Yeah, the curse of Deuteronomy. You can't. Uh, God created from the jump. This is true. So when you get your and thank you very much for listening to the old dude. It's a job to pass on what I learned in the past through Hard Knocks to people who are younger than me. And I know some of you guys are like 40, got families and all that. And you guys got your own stories. Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate it. Because you talk to me all the time. Sometimes I just go live just because I want to, chat it up with some people. You know what I'm saying? I could go to the gym, but I don't usually do much chatting it up at the gym. The most time I talk to people is, online. Yeah, what I, man, thank you very much. I'm glad somebody does because it's good not to know that you don't stand alone. You know what I'm saying? So when black people get a degree, now you're known as the smart one. But like I said, that can help. That can hurt you because now you stand out, especially if you're in a certain neighborhood. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, you the dude with the, because not everybody is trying to get a degree. Here's the thing about when I grew up. When I was, 14, 15, we lived in a faulty world tone. We need the Messiah ASAP. Yes, we do. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest. But when I grew up, the people on my block, the majority of them were athletes. Remember, we didn't have video games too much. So going outside, we did this every day and played. But there was so much talk of who could get a scholarship because of how talented they were. And you had people who were running ridiculous speeds. Ridiculous speeds. Could play football, all of this. You know what most of those guys did? They went out and started a family, which is nothing wrong with that. But most of them were so incredibly talented, but they blew it. They blew it. They didn't go. And I was kind of in that bracket. I had a lot of talent, but I didn't capitalize on my talent. But there were people who were far more talented than me, and they didn't go to college. They decided, no, I'm gonna go do this, that, and the third. Some of them end up going a whole other direction. They end up being criminals, like federal criminals. I ain't talking about no breaking into, somebody's car. I'm talking about strong arm robbery. Some of those guys went that route. They snapped. Like this one guy knew he was just a regular happy kid. But when he got to be an adult, he went on a tear. He just went completely nuts. And my brother, he was my brother's age, so my brother was telling me about him. I was like, what happened to him? He's like, I have no idea. I remember this was just a regular nice kid, but something happened to him. And he completely snapped out. And he robbed anyone. He took it to the big time with it, So he got a lot of time. And him and his brother, who was my age, they both went that route. And then some other cat. But all of these guys were talented. All of these guys could have went to college. They blew it. They blew it. So I'm just saying, when you guys become successful, the people around you are not going to be happy that you became successful. When you guys are educated or educating yourself in something, it doesn't always have to be college. It could be a IT school or something. But if you took that and now you're working on airplanes and whatnot, that's what you wanted to do. Not everybody's going to be happy for you. I mean, they really not going to be happy for you. So, I'm just saying, be aware. It's not like everybody's going to come down on you, but you're going to have people who are just not happy because you're doing what you're put on this planet to do. You love the Lord. You got a good job. You're educating yourself. You're continuing to educate yourself. And when you speak with, an educated authority. Everybody uses broken English. That's just where you're from. But when somebody starts talking about, a fixed wing fighter jet and I don't know, whatever kind of engines they have in it, your ears go up because you know exactly what a fuselage is. You know what I'm saying? You know how the fan works. You know what a Pratt and Whitney engine is. You know what I'm saying? You know who Boeing is and all that other stuff, because that's what you do. You work on Pratt and Whitney's. You work on, Boeing 747s. You know all those guys from the head on down. You know the government contracts that you all that because that's what you do. You work on these airplanes and stuff like that. You're gonna find people to be like, "Oh, you think you smart?" Be like, "Nah, I know I'm smart." Like, I'm up here working on these airplanes that the government I'm working on fourth generation fighter planes while you're at home with 10 kids and not married to one of the what I'm saying by a bunch of different women. Like, I just choose not to do that. I choose to have a better life, and I was always good at building things, and so now I work for NASA. I'm in here killing it. You know what I'm saying? 150 G's a year. And that's just on my regular job. That's not on moonlighting. That's not fixing, you guys get what I'm saying. So be confident, but be aware that your confidence can get you the wrong attention. And when that attention comes and you get people who are hating on you, handle them. You can handle them in a couple different ways. You can handle them by force, or you can handle them, strictly by using your words like, "Why you mad?" What did I do to make you mad? Like, what's wrong with you? There's a good chance that a lot of these people got the talent, but they don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the patience. See that? See you. Their spirit is so corrupted and so beaten down that they don't have the patience to sit down and learn what a vector is. They choose not to. They're like, man, I don't want to learn none of this. You know what I'm saying? They don't. But nonetheless, if they took 10 minutes out of their day and started looking at a mathematical equation from its inception, from the beginning, it's a good chance that they'll be able to figure it out. And next thing you know, you got somebody who is just brilliant at math and they can do whatever in the world they want to. Heck, some of them already are brilliant in math. They just don't have the patience. They don't have the. They think they think it's uncool, you know what I'm saying, to be smart. And I'm telling you guys, be smart. Be as smart as you can. Get that money. The system wants sheep tone. Yeah. And you got to understand that most people want to be sheep. It's easier. It's easier to be a non-combatant, a non-intellectual. It's just easier to not desire something more. It's easier. You know why it's easier? Because it doesn't take any effort. It just doesn't. But when you start desiring and you're saying, where is the top? Yeah, it's easier to be a bum. It's easy. It really is. It's easier to just say, you know what? I'm just gonna find the easiest way to live, and there it is. No effort. And then it's also easy to try to tear people down. It's easy to tear somebody down. I have always admired the smart person. I was always jealous of the smart person. Always. I wasn't jealous of the stupid person. I was always jealous of the person who was smarter than me. And I suck at math. I still do, but I made it through I graduated. You know what I'm saying? I took business math. I had to. And it's different. Business, yeah, yeah. I was always, there was some girls in my class when I was in the third grade, and I remember one of them's name was Leslie, this little brunette. Oh yeah, I can count that money, Joe. Brunette, and this other one. I forgot what her name. She was a blonde, and they were, it was all white, you know, and when it came to math questions, these kids, we were all kids, but I I couldn't concentrate when it came to math. My mind was always skipping because I'm good at telling stories. I'm good at narration. I'm good at poetry. I'm good at that because my mind is always imagining some world or something crazy going on. Like, I'm really good at that. Well, people call that ADD now, but I wasn't ADD. My mind was just fixed on two or three different things at once. So when it came to math, I would see a number, then I would see a picture of something else, then I would see the number, then I would hear music, then I would see the number. So the pattern was always broken up. So at the end of doing a long equation, I had my answer wrong because my mind went to two other places while I was trying to do the equation. Took me years to figure that out. Still, and it still happens today. Well, when I grew up and I started writing songs, I could write three different songs at once because my mind would have a picture of one song, then it would have a picture of another, and I have a picture of another. So I just start writing three songs at one time, and I would finish all at the same time. So it wasn't. I mean, it was like I was always in the slow class, but I wasn't slow. I was just thinking of three different things at once, and I couldn't concentrate on just one thing. I still can't. I can't concentrate on just one thing. I don't sit here and concentrate on making just a beat, and then when I'm done with this beat, I don't do that. I'll make a beat, I'll play my game, I'll look at something, I'll come back to the beat, I'll go do something else, I'll come back to the because that's just the way my mind works. So in college, well, thank you very much. I cannot see what your name is, so I'm gonna put my glasses on. Uh, so in college, let me tell you what happened to me. Ah, this phone is dying. All right, all right, okay. Okay, this phone is dying. It's plugged in, but it's dying. Trying to see your name real quick. 910. Is that how you say it? Nine. Uh, so let me tell you what happened to me. Uh, about 10 years ago, I went to the same school I graduated from, and I was sitting in class, and I was in a microeconomics class. Bro, that is Esau, the pseudoscience garbage. Use smart or energy to create art. That too. It's awesome. So the thank you very much. So I was sitting in my microeconomics class, and I might have told this story before. But when I was sitting in my microeconomics class, I caught a headache, and then I left class early, and then I came back the next couple days, and they had class again. And every time I entered in my microeconomics class, my head, it was that, and I thought something was wrong with me, before the class. No, it was the class. It wasn't the people in the class. It was what I was trying to learn was so foreign to my artistic mind that it gave me headaches to try to concentrate on it. And I do a lot better now because I forced myself to do it. But it kept giving me headaches and headaches until finally I walked into class once. I was just looking at the teacher. I walked out and didn't return. I'm the same way, Tom. My mind is, yeah, mine is everywhere all at once. But today they put a label on it. Yes, right, right. They do that, and my mind was so like I caught these headaches, and I thought it was me until I heard Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott was like, she was explaining it, and she was like, when I was going to class, I was just getting these headaches. And I was like, wait a minute. And I heard other people, songwriters, saying the same thing. They were like, I couldn't concentrate. I was just getting these headaches. And I was just like, okay, okay. Now I know it's not just me. You know what I'm saying? And when I did that, I dropped out of school the wrong way, and so when I went back to them, they were like, "You can come back to our school, but you're going to be on academic punishment for a couple quarters until I got out of off of academic punishment." But nonetheless, I was uh, on academic punishment. But like I said, I graduated. So if some of you are having that problem, you guys need to realize that you're not ADD. You don't have attention deficit disorder. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not. You're not. Schools nowadays train you to be an obedient slave to the system. Exactly. But there's nothing wrong with you. Your mind is just not built for that. And in order for you to understand that lingo, you're going to have to take it slow. I failed two of my math classes, and I knew I would. I failed my business statistics. I told the teacher I would. I was like, I know I'm going to fail the first time, but I'll be back and take it again. Took it again, passed it. It stunts your creative. It does. It does. It stunts your creativity. But I had to do it. The military was paying for my school. I had to get it done. So I went back. I took it again. Boom. I passed it. And I had to take business stats, and I had to take uh, business accounting. Oh my goodness. Oh, woo! Thank God the two teachers I had the second time around were great. The first two teachers I had the first time around, they weren't good teachers, and they flew through everything. But my accounting teacher was such a great guy. He was just helping us out as much as he could. And I was like into it then. I was just like, okay, okay, credit and debit, debit and credit. All right, boom, boom, boom. But I mean, the second time I really got into it, I was just like, okay, you add this and then you take away that, and then and once I start getting into it, I passed, and I had help from him because I went to him. I stayed in his face after class. I was in his face like, yo, um, what's this? I was doing the homework, everything, because I wanted, I really, really wanted to not only pass. I'm running out of energy here. I wanted to not only pass, but I wanted to at least get a C. So I got a C on both classes to bring up my GPA. Instead of, I only needed a 2.0, but I ended up with a 2.4. So I have a 2.4. It's either 4 or 5 GPA. Uh, what I really would have liked to have got was a 3.0, because my battery's dying, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. All right, so a 3.0 GPA, it's easy. It's easier for you to get into certain schools, and especially if I was. All right, this is ridiculous, you guys. I gotta go because my phone is just dying. So, thanks for stopping by, you guys. Love you. Jesus loves you. Peace.